Sanibona. Linjani. Do you know how it feels to be exposed, ribcage torn, heart beating in an open chest? I treasure most days. But some feel like broken guitar strings untuned, playing heavy-toned notes of indecisions. Rock my boat of thoughts when storms seem to break through skies scraped by my unborn poems bellowing. In some heavy-duty gray clouds, heavy rains. Cleanse my lost poems that ran past commas that never tripped and never came back home. Pardon me, mother. It's in me to forget what mother taught me, so I get out of hand sometimes, but I'm only human, and humans are only good at breathing. Everything else is just free form, so doors closing in our faces is not the end of us, and diplomas aren't the genesis of living. You know, life happens while we're busy trying to figure it out. I want to write poems and place them on the palms of my shortcomings and tell them this is all I can give when all I have left is me. I just want to write poems, but my thoughts play tug every time my pen starts flirting with my journal. Look, deciding is not the problem, but figuring who to consider is. These figurines all play roles, you see, and I just want to be the success story laced beneath their tongues. My mother, she wears the pants my father left, stitched with strict teachings, zipped up with a sound set of valued heirlooms like laughter, and the warmth of her guarding hands, where the reflection of my father still lingers vividly around her ring finger ring, the symbol of eternal love with no beginning and no ending. They tied the knot around their children's misbehaving giggles, my father. The gentleman who left the flesh too soon didn't stay here long enough to sit through my first recital, or our first father-daughter conversation left me to inherit his smile. And I hear his laughter in the distance, these words. Help me bridge the gap in the distance between us. He was a good man in general. He led his home like a general. He taught me about good deeds. Be generous with your insights. I wonder where he arts, or is it through me that he speaks to my siblings, the young ones, who try hardest to teach me how to be while learning how to be themselves, or the older, much too different, too anxious to fulfill their dreams through me, too busy being too old to rectify themselves, and too everything to get it all on my 3-year-old niece, who seems to get it all, who's convinced that my dreadlock of hidden treasures in the dome of my being, who seems to only know the language of laughter on my heartthrob, who presses sanctified kisses onto the insides of my hands and say to me, baby, this is for the nights when you sit and write poems, or when you doubt yourself most, press your hands together and tell it to the Most High that believing doesn't need crowds, only self, who just wants to write poems. So it's my sister's birthday today. Happy birthday, Nige. There are citizens who get by, and those who can buy, who sleep belly full yet still growl, sleep easy yet wake up to nightmares, can afford but owe attention too much, speak of change but walk backward, have enough but ask for more, fat but eat some more, oh brain never gets it all, if any at all, it's true. Ask the guy on that street corner playing a flute for coins, food for thought, even for the tummy, a fruit. They never drop these citizens, walking on top of the world, top of the food chain with heavy chains, dragging their hearts, less than kind smiles plastered across their faces, yet they speak of reverence. Inside screaming, fuck benevolence, planting trees that bear thorns, eating peas with a fork, but you should see these kids that dig through garbage for at least the smell of KFC to trick the mind, at least the taste of ANC to fist on. I blame the wise guys that buy us with small change for no change, feeding us vocab we don't get, calling us fools behind our backs. The success keys are hidden in their machines, it's apparent. Rape is a mission made possible by pistols and pistols, yet peace, we're still sick. The youth is still sick, falling victim to life's ills, mistreating AIDS but still dies. School kids skip school for booze, cool kids. We have solid silence for way too long. It's time to regurgitate, to educate each other and meditate on the truth. Some of the citizens have a nerve to tell us to shape up or shape out. We were never shaped, if anything, we shaped this place to what it is, slavery. Eradicated? Really? Bullshit. In the bundas, we still use it to polish our floors. Our floors are bare for the world to see and mark us, used for mock-ups to present overseas that none of us oversee this light shows. This shows how much we need to modify here, unify peers. Yes, here, pressure mounts and covers us, blowing up our starved tummies, teen mummies of babies never born. It's a trend. Yes, here, we are bought kids. To hell with innocence, kid. We are from the struggle. We form the puzzle, reform this jungle. We hunt the hunters dry. Bartenders squeeze guitar strings to identify what we need to quench our savannah thirst, obsessed with the idea of being told you are free, bees. Yes, BEEs, you are free like swams. Slums are buzzing like pests, annoying the crap out of government, wanting to crush us citizens, feeding us poisonous isms with the aim of killing us in our sleep. Eyes wide shut, we keep sipping, skipping on fine lies we'll forever seek and never find, because here there are no spoons, here there are no platters and silvers only found in the clouds. Wake up, you've been dreaming for far too long. When I grow up, I want to be me. Soul shaken, dancing to Sunday afternoon jazz, pride, screaming in the dark corners of my strength, yelling to get out with love. The size of a color spectrum seeping through my childhood scars. When I grow up, stars will be my lucky charms. Every night will be mine, so I can get lost in the beauty of her silhouette and love the ultraviolet on her smile and how it says forever, like nothing else ever could. When I grow up, I learned that love is a ticking time bomb set to go off in a split second depending on who you're dating, where same-sex love is a tragedy contained in two hearts that shouldn't beat in sync. A ticking time bomb set to go off in a split second, bursting into 1,000 gray shards of misconceptions, a condemned section of the holy trail where outcasts burn. I learn that I was born from the fires lit on bodies set alight for just being, a resurrection of a love suffocating in closets, gasping for acceptance. I learn that there are people living in death, torn from birth for what they would grow up to be, curses of the new age reality, choking on sinful lust and hate. I learn. And maybe Adam sort of misplaced his rib and found it between silky red sheets where Steve lays waiting for Prince Charming. When I grow up, I learned that sometimes love is a centered happiness that bellows in tight chests like treasure, a secret that closes between the fingers and completes with pleasure, an uncomfortable twitch jolting the sleeping hate in heterosexual beasts who think sexuality is a choice, a slot machine where you shove a dick and select change by corrective rape. Sometimes it's a bashing pain of derogatory names fitted like gloves on one's palms, bleeding the gay off their pores, and Jesus still walks. When I grow up, I'll know that actually, love knows no gender and ties itself where God dwells. The genitals are the chapels housing our innocence. Love is a mutual state of being, a happiness spilled like the oceans on beds that are unisex, a cure to crippled souls from all the lies keeping our spines straight, filling the empty shells we've become. Love is God, untamed. When I grow up, I hope everyone else will too. You came along in all your wonderful, all your glory, made beds in chambers I'd forgotten about. You swept dust from cupboards I hadn't opened in years. This chest has never been cleaned of all the bombs that have exploded here. I have mass graves of all the truths that have died here. I bottle everything, even when I shouldn't. But you found gold, a hidden bassinet with all my unspoken lives cradled like unborn babies. You did this quietly, never disturbing my peace. You were a silent storm, leaving all of my screws loosened. Now everything is a question. I want to know where your kind of beautiful comes from and why yours is so different. I want to question forever. Speak it to existence and not live it a promise on another lover's back. It would be magic if you were the last one. Couldn't we love long and stupid and live in dog years? These sunsets are far more beautiful with you here. There's much more sense to this hollow heart. Now that you're here, make a home of it. Before someone else would leave, before it warms up, settles in it, you know this love thing just shows up and seeks to find us. And always finds us, needing it. We can never have enough of it. We keep letting it in, sometimes without even receiving it, some of it waltzes in with thorns and leaves us bleeding, but we can do this forever until we are certain that we are bleeding right. I didn't know. It wasn't meant to hurt, wasn't meant to plant missiles beneath my tongue, wasn't meant to be a war breaking. At the wake of my wanting, you came and called a ceasefire with olive branches for hands. I am shards of breaking silence, the beauty of sparking speaking. You and I are breaking this ice like we've been stuck in desert storms, all this heat. Let's make passion with it. Carve our names on it like we are here and we are not leaving. You puddle of unwavering laughter. You leave me in ripples, throwing funny bones at my still waters now. Let's leave everything we are on this moon bursting from our skies. We are knights, rebelling, refusing to follow the stars home because we are learning how to stay. We are chords, finding a different tune. Let's make this love music so it may never die. We are music. We are sacrificial songs, ready to be sung off key and in tune. We'll be all we have never been because two hearts are far better than one. We are a promise of good health, you and I. You look like a promise, but make like a wish blooming. You're well, not worthy of mere pennies. You make me love flowers. Well, bring on the hay fever, baby. I'm all seasons open. I'm one autumn away from falling. I'm all kinds of leaps. Just tell me when to jump, because this time I want to be on cue, just in time, just right, and just... Umandi is gonna kill me if I don't say this. We are doing a book launch on Saturday at 8 Morrison at 12 o'clock. O hanging Messiah of a fallen Jerusalem. Your sons have cut holes beneath our rib cages with their razor-sharp tongues saying talk is cheap. We have called your name at the sounding of the horn when barbaric leads were nailing our goddesses to the cross. Thighs loosely hung from wilting bodies. The swaying of skeletal bones imitate a praying mantis, our father. We are bearing petals of roses dying at the hands of a trying love. Slaves of sinister passion, my people have distanced their faith from their God because gold has us believing that minds bind us in community. You are my property. We breathe in silence, in sync. We are braving brutal bruises from all sorts of abuse. Our souls are stuck in these grieving bodies, drunk on brewing storms, a nation brought to its knees, but we'll inhale these burning sticks of cancer like dust. We'll never settle our scores, fail to pass laws, have never cast us out of informal settlements like spells, yet we have become eloquent in raging rallies and freedom songs sung from these wheezing chests. Our shacks are caving. Is thy name hallowed when we scream tragedy over clumsy, untied tubes, spilling infants to death, the curse of a callous uterus scene, two-faced, blind ovum stripping our women bare, so when their bodies collapse, like two waves at a crash, thunderclapping the earth, watching a body of water quaking at its feet, will mercy serve their enemies junk, better served sweet, turns our teens into immovable trunks, obese and obscene, stationed at a corner where freedom doesn't reign. We haven't stopped dying at the hands of each other. Blood spill still quenches our thirst. A country laying like sleeping dogs. Our beds are made of lying leaders with ink-stained thumbs and colonized minds. We are living virtual lives as shallow dreams are made vivid on cyber screens that dim us timid, selling us short at the hands of nudity while purity seeks us at the umbilical, scraping our cowardice from the pavements. The struggle still calls us by name, thy will is still done. Many have died in your name, living only on toasted crumbs. Bread is far-fetched, but we have walked for much less. We've seen it on the news. Innocent kids trespassed against, silenced, and left for dead. Albinos skinned and sacrificed. Are you making a mockery of our beliefs? I imagine their screams, sounding like Bible pages turned in aggression, and I'm tempted to do unto others as it is done unto our mothers who have died many a times for their sons and daughters, and still wear their crowns of thorns with bloody pride. I'm swallowing my prayers back into my chest. Hear our mothers instead, and deliver them from our sins.